Well, almost perfect sound. That's a Kentia palm right there. And it's rather perfect looking. It does have some spots. That might have been from cold. But generally, it looks pretty good. And I just trimmed it. As you'll see on these palms, when you get them, they have this beautiful ring trunk. And if you keep the tree in the shade, it'll maintain green in the inner nodes. When you take off these leaf boots, I know there's always a blower in the background. Try to ignore it. Kind of like freeway noise. Anyway, when you take the leaf boots off, you'll find that the trunk in between the rings is yellow, and that is because it has no sunlight. And as the sun works on this, it will green up, just like this. And so we're in a climate zone. We're down in Atherton, which gets pretty darn cold. So how are we getting away with using beautiful Kentia palms? Well, look at this. This is the coolest thing about palms, I think. The fact that this entire thing is wound up in a single spike. This has just intrigued me my whole life. Look at this. Here's the spike. Comes out of the top of the heart of the tree. This most elaborate shape. Comes out as a spike. Look at, as a distinct spike. Just pop loose. And contained within that spike is the most elaborate bunch of greenery you can ever imagine. And it's all held together with these strings. You can split it all the way up. Anyway, it's such a beautiful process. And it's the same thing as the rings on the trunk. It's yellow to begin with because it hasn't been exposed to sunlight to photosynthesize. You can kind of do this if you want. It'll do it on its own time. But it's kind of a nervous habit. And I'm down here. I don't get paid for this. This is just fun. But anyway, probably better to let it do it on its own. But it's all going to open up and look beautiful. But I just am so just spellbound by how you can get something like this all wound up into something like that spike. It's actually where NASA got the idea for their photovoltaic arrays to send out on their spaceships to fold out. The designer got the idea from palm fronds on how they fold out. And that's exactly what this is. These are photovoltaic arrays to give the plant energy to grow. So pretty much the same thing. But anyway, you can see we have these Kentia palms here. We need to trim them a little bit. There's some lower fronds that need to come off. But they're looking gorgeous, and this one's exceptionally perfect. This one has a wider leaf blade, which makes it look really tropical. Real beautiful wide leaf blades. And the reason that we're able to use this plant where any little bit of frost will kind of mess it up is because it is residing under a huge redwood tree right here. So the tree protects it from frost. And what's nice here is that we actually have sunlight on the tree, which causes the tree to have a really nice sun-grown leaf pattern. And look at the beautiful drape of the foliage. And same thing over here. There's open sky here. So you can't use a Kentia palm here. So what do? We used a beautiful macrozania. It's cold hardy. Now you step 20 feet this way and we're able to use a Kentia palm because no frost gets underneath this tree. So if we use it anywhere else, the thing will probably die. It won't just look bad, it'll die. It'll take about 3 years to do it, I've seen it. But anyway, that's how you use Kentia palms in cold climates. As long as you have something above them, they can take some sun, Here, they're getting just about the right amount of sun because in the afternoon, these trees over here sort of shade the sun. If it was sun all day on these trees, it would be, they would actually bleach out and maybe die because of too much sun exposure. But they can live here because they have the frost protection. Anything overhead that's evergreen in the winter is going to give you frost protection. And they also have, if you look up here, they get, some morning sun comes across, and then they have dappled shade just like they were in the forest in the afternoon. And that's how you can take advantage of the beauty of a Kentia palm in an area where it will otherwise not grow at all.